Hi there, I'm Kevin Devine and this is Devine Encounters, where I bump into stars and celebrities and have unplanned, unscripted chats with them here in the heart of London. So Mr. Paul McGann, we've managed to grab you on the way into Butley tonight. Can you tell us a wee bit about the play? You're into the run now, and what's your character all about?
We're a month into the run. It's a Simon Gray play from 1971. This is, I think, the first revival of it since Alan Bates, the late Alan Bates, made it famous. And now we got Dominic West, who, according to the Daily Express, never falters.
Absolutely not. Now you're looking up at the reviews. We can actually see this one about yourself there. Paul McGann is masterful.
That cost me 120 quid.
How does that make you feel when you're coming into the theatre, Paul? Is it a good feeling?
It's better than them writing, better than them cutting you off at the knees.
I would imagine.
Yeah. And my mum's pleased, which is the main thing.
Absolutely, it's the main thing. And your character in this has also been described as quite acerbic. So tell us a wee bit about the character and how you...
The trick, the strange thing for me here is that I don't come on until the second half.
Right.
And for the first hour and a half, they talk about him.
Yes.
So it's a little bit like I remember reading about, what's that? Touch of Evil, Orson Welles' film Touch of Evil. Do you ever read about that when the first line of dialogue's after 12 minutes after that one long continuous take?
Yes.
And the fella who plays the border guard has got the first line, and he can see this building site coming towards him from about 5 miles away and panics. I feel a little bit like that some nights.
Eli Wallach also said this in The Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
He was the guy they were all talking about. He's coming, he's the bad guy, and he brought in.
And then it's you.
And it's you. And you're obviously enjoying this role then. You're a month in. Do you prefer the treading the boards now? Because you've done so much for film and television as well.
It's more sociable.
Yeah.
It's a lot more social, and that matters. The thing is, when you get in theatre, you rehearse. You never rehearse for telly and films.
Sure.
So you might not see any other actors.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You've got mates in it, they might be leaving in their little car while you're arriving in yours. So, whereas if you do a theatre show, you're together for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, doing socialising, which is we all enjoy as a good side of it. So it's better. Plus, I was always thought I'd never turn into one of those old hams that said theatre was the place to be, but the older I get, the more I feel like one. You can learn more in theatre, or rather the things that you pick up in theatre doing this kind of work stand you in fairly good stead for when you go back to the telly or back to the films, but it doesn't quite work the other way around. There's little you can do on a film set, for example, that's going to stand you, it might equip you to
understand
shout
that.
your head off in the evenings.
What came across for there? You actually do genuinely seem to get on with the cast in there. You've got people like Dominic West there, and it's a bit of a stellar cast. But that comes across quite genuinely, that socials, a few wee drinkies.
Work's work, And your mates in work are your mates in work, and if you're going to be together for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, it's important that you get on. And they're, as well as being, I suppose, hand-picked for their talent. What am I leading on to say here? They're all good socialisers.
Yeah,
let's say, but that matters,
While I've got you here, what I really want to do is take you way back to the beginning, to the Monocle Mutineer. You started out in television doing that, and there was a certain film came along called With Nail and I, and it was yourself. You were the Eye with Richard E. Grant, and it's turned into a monster, a cult hit. See, when you were filming that, what was it like? Did you have that wee feeling about it?
Well, because he and I particularly had never done a film.
Yeah.
We were just enjoying never having done a film.
Sure.
So it was, we were green, it was a novelty, and also the height of our ambition, such as it was then, just to be in a picture. Most of us became actors to be in movies. I never went to theatre as a kid, and there we were in a movie, so that was as good as it got. And then the film kind of disappeared for 3 or 4 years, and it was only really after that word of mouth started to get around, and
which is often the best way for it to come out.
Certainly for a film like that.
And did you have a lot of fun when you were doing it as well? Because you looked, again, we've talked about the fun with the cast here, but you looked as if you had fun on that set.
Yeah, it was genuine. Yeah. Normally, you could even when I look at the film from time to time, we see screenings of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit like looking at a holiday reel for us. You know, you just remember where you were. And I know, you know, if you were to pan 4 or 5 feet one way or the other, there'll be some member of the crew standing there with his hand in his mouth trying not to laugh. Yes. So, you know, the atmosphere was great in it.
Fantastic memories to look back on. And one of the other things that you've done as well on film, Doctor Who. You were the 8th incarnation. That. Yeah. And do you still sort of look back on that as well? Because Doctor Who is one of those things that when they have fans, they have fans.
Yeah, there's normally a few of them here. Maybe they heard you were coming.
Yeah. Maybe today.
I was the 8th Doctor. I was Doctor Who for about 6 weeks.
Sure.
About 15 years ago.
Right. And you still...
But nevertheless...
You still get the record? The longest Doctor Who?
Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
technically.
And what do you think of the current one just now?
Matt Smith. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
I'd seen him before. I'd seen him on stage as a kid. You know, when he first came along, and reckoned him very highly then. I think he might turn out in his little way to be
a real classic
the best of them.
Wow.
I think he will. I think he.
From you.
Flatterer. Keep talking. But no, David Tennant was fantastic as well. But there's something about this kid, you know, once he finds his feet. I think I know, hearing from people, because I do Doctor Who audios as well, hearing from people that work in Cardiff and know the crew and know the cast, that he took, after Tennant, who's a brilliant technician anyway, he's a fantastic actor. Tennant could nail it quickly, things, technically. Whereas Matt Smith, I heard, takes his time maybe, but maybe he's more off the cuff and more instinctive. But gets something even weirder and a bit more sort of special, I think. And that's just me.
Do you know what's coming across just now, Paul? I mean, obviously I've just met you. You're really passionate about acting. That's what's really coming through here. You've studied this craft.
I did once. I did once. So you never know it sometimes, yeah. No, I did. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And when you were...
The thing is, it's funny what, you often... maybe because we live in England, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to... You wear your passion for things lightly, or you try and disguise your passion for things, but perhaps we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, I love working with people, being with people that who are a bit like that,
Yeah. Do you think this is a Liverpool thing, being brought up in the northwest?
It's just a Liverpool thing. Yeah. It's all over, but I think I know, you know what I mean. The people that. I'm sick of being coy about it,
Yeah.
Whoever trained us to be coy about your feelings,
about your
talents with things, When really it saves time if you're not.
Sure.
People I think appreciate it if you're not. I know I do. And maybe it's just an age thing again. The older you get, you just want to be with people that it matters to.
You're getting me conscious now because I've got a few grey hairs there. I'm starting to think about my age now. And away from the television and the screen, you're obviously a well-recognised face, but you have other talents as well, because we know your voice in a lot of things as well. You do voiceover work as well a lot. Any sort of series that would recognise you from?
I do. I'm the voice of Doom.
Right.
Apparently.
Okay.
Whenever it's an earthquake, get him in.
Really?
Wartime, get him in.
Sure.
I think someone once said that, I had a voice that was soothing, or it could flog you anything, sort of thing. Would you?
So it's gone from one extreme to the other.
Yeah, I shouldn't be alive.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Good.
I do that, and I like it as well. I like that kind of work. I know not everybody would, or you might not assume that you could sort of get into it, but I like it. I like, narrating history programs, and
you're becoming part of the history then by your voice being added.
It's good work. Like radio is good work.
Sure. And away from theatre, away from screen, how do you relax and unwind? Have you got passions? Liverpool? Are you a football fan?
Football fan, season ticket holder at Anfield.
Yeah.
Sad news today, actually. Sammy Lee is leaving the club.
Is he after all these years?
After all these years, yeah.
New regime, man.
Yeah. Steve Clark's an excellent man.
And can we
I
offer...
do music. I got 2 grown-up kids. I got a full life, a full dance card. You know.
Well, listen, I really appreciate your time today because I know you're on the way into the performance.
I've got to go in and be masterful one more time.
Absolutely, and live up to this. Sunday Express. There's other ones that above the stage that just say Paul McGann is wonderful.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No,
no, it's right up there, my friend. I really appreciate your time.
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate your time. Have a great performance tonight. Second act, you'll be on. We'll see you then.